I was curious then, like, what does look like in the future for you? If you were to imagine a sci-fi surfy future.
Well, I feel like we're on the verge of that future now. I
Yeah.
mean, even just thinking about the wave pool
Right.
and what that leap represents
Right.
and how we exist in a world that has virtual and augmented reality. What does that mean for surfing?
Mm.
Can these surf communities exist online in a way where you're actually doing the sport in an augmented reality? Certainly. Could
Hmm.
we be shaping in VR and then sending it to a CNC machine? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think these things are right there in front of us, and they bring up some really interesting ideas, like what does localism look like in AR? Do you still choose to program crappy days when you have a perfect wave pool?
Hmm.
And the possibilities for the board industry, I think, in an evolving world technologically, in an industry that looks back at itself in
Yeah.
this sort of
Yeah.
Ouroboros of like, well, what did the first guys do in the 50s and 60s, and as far as it pertains to the surf industry. I think that we have a lot to learn from sci-fi and to keep ourselves flexible about the possibilities of how a surfboard could be made.